Hi, I'm Hub Arkus, along with senior editor Eric Edholm, as we continue our series of 32 NFL team training camp opening reports. And we deal with the New York Giants now, the defending world champions. And you know, Eric, it would be unusual if the defending world champion had a particular volatile offseason. But some interesting moves by the New York Giants as they try to get better and defend that title.
Yeah, they didn't get gutted like a lot of Super Bowl champs have. You know, they lose their quarterback coach and a few other positions. And they don't make any huge additions, but Martellus Bennett's got to step up with Jake Ballard gone now to the Patriots. And Keith Rivers could be a starting linebacker, could be a fourth linebacker. Sean Rogers, if he makes the team, will be in that rotation up front. But two draft picks I think are going to have an impact on this season. David Wilson, the first-round running back, and Ruben Randall, the second-round wide receiver. I think both have a chance to either start or be major contributors as rookies, which is unusual, like you said, for a defending champ.
And going to training camp is all about adjusting to changes the coaching staff wants to make, finding ways to improve. Offensively, what will we be seeing for the Giants in their training camp?
Well, we mentioned Ballard. He was such a sort of underrated piece of that champion last year. Got hurt in the Super Bowl. Of course, they waived him. The Patriots didn't hesitate to pick him up. So finding a tight end. Bennett was over 290 pounds at one point this offseason. Hasn't exactly shown himself to be great in Dallas so far. He might vie for the starting spot. A couple other names to keep in mind there. The wide receiver position a little bit thin now with no clear number 3 and Hakeem Nicks' injury. So those are the biggest thing. Also expanding the run game. Ahmad Bradshaw's hurt. Their offensive line's gone through some shuffling up front. So there are a few new faces up there.
You know, defensively, you look at this roster, there's not really a unit up front. The linebackers, the secondary, it's not loaded with star power. And yet they struggled at times last year. So where will they try and get better here?
I think it's just finding consistency. You know, they have this deep roster of talent. Like you said, they were hot and cold and hot and finally got on the streak that they were on when they won the Super Bowl. The linebacker play could be a little stronger. The secondary has to replace a couple spots, and Aaron Ross and Deion Grant, the safety. So, you know, maybe Prince Amukamara can step up. There are a few other guys who I think need to play a little bit better in that secondary.
Eric, are there veterans on this roster who have not made a huge impact yet, who you think are capable of improving their play in this ball club this year?
Well, we mentioned Amukamara. I mean, if he steps up into that number 3 role, that'll be a big boost. He was a first-round pick. Marvin Austin, the kid who hasn't played in 2 years, was a first-round talent at one point, slid to the second round in 2011. If he contributes, the Giants may have unearthed yet another gem. And it's funny to say all these guys on defense, but Matthias Kiwanuka could be in line for one of those breakout-type seasons that Giants pass rushers seem to have. He's kind of a hybrid defensive end and linebacker. He could be ready for big things. The guy on offense I'm watching, though, Will Beatty at left tackle. He could be sort of a pivotal player. Played very well before that eye injury and that back injury.
And almost invariably, when you win a title, there's some big-name, high-profile guy who ends up on the bubble. Anybody on the roster bubble with this Giants team that'll surprise us?
You know, I don't think there's any major names. Sort of the young linebackers that made the team. Mark Herzlich, a lot of people know for his struggle for cancer. Dominic Hickson, a former starter and special team standout. Those are the kind of guys we're looking at. I don't think any big names get cut from this group.
All right, the Giants after another ring for all 32 of our NFL team training camp opening reports and news, notes, analysis, all as it happens. Stay right here at ProFootballWeekly.com, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.